Resilient Indiana Fever end major streak without Caitlin Clark. When the season started, Odyssey couldn't have imagined replacing Caitlin Clark on the Indiana Fever side. The veteran was focused on her role in LA, but she was let go after just 12 games. Fortunately, Stephanie White understood her value and brought her in after Ari McDonald and Sydney Colson suffered season-ending injuries. Sims paid back that decision with dividends, helping the Indiana Fever break the Spark curse. Kelsey Plum and company were up 3-0 in the series coming into this game. That record gave them the tiebreaker for the playoff qualification. It meant the Fever had to win this or see their playoff hopes drown. The Sparks were on their way to outmuscling the Fever for the fourth time with a 3-point lead with seconds to go. It was a roller coaster that even made Sophie Cunningham nervous. "Is it always this stressful being a fan? I can't take it, can't sit still," she tweeted. Then Sims made Sparks regret releasing her. First, she pulled up from downtown to tie the game. Azura Stevens put the lead on their side of the ledger by making her free throws. Just 1 point separating the two, anything was possible, but Sims willed Fever to the victory. After a kickback from Lexi Hull, she drove into the paint and made a 10-foot floater. The game wasn't over yet, as Sparks were quickly back on the other end looking for the winner, but Aaliyah Boston made the most important steal of her career to ensure the win. Sims finished with a 21.3 assist performance, along with Boston, who continued her form with 22 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 steals. Another emergency signing in Aerial Powers chipped in with crucial 9 points and 6 rebounds. Playing without Caitlin Clark for the fourth time against the Sparks, coach Stephanie White wanted to have the last laugh in a lost series. She told the media before the game, "We have had some matchup challenges with LA. Their length has affected us in a lot of different ways. We've got to be better tonight than we've been throughout the course of the season against them. You know, no matter who's on the floor for us, and that's part of it." Clark has been absent for most of the season, participating in only 13 games. By now, the constant change is the norm for White and company. The Sparks have been particularly contentious for the Fever with their pace and variety in the offense. Their offense is something White wanted to ingrain in this Fever side, but the injuries and constant changes to the lineup have forced them to adapt. With the playoffs on the line, White wanted to put at least one win over Kelsey Plum and company. White said, "No one wants to be swept in a series, and I think some pride certainly on the line there." The Fever have had a birthday curse haunt them. They had both of their fit point guards, McDonald and Sydney Colson, get injured in the same game. However, it seems like every player the Fever touches turns into gold. It's almost a miracle that they are qualifying for the postseason without Caitlin Clark. Only an unprecedented collapse can stop Indiana Fever's playoff qualification. The Indiana Fever were once the favorites for the title. Then the injuries started, and they just kept on coming. By mid-season, the Fever were pushing on fumes, with at least a couple of players being a consistent presence on the injury report. Looking at their final few games to end the regular season, many held doubts about whether this team could make it through. However, this team has powered through. After this win, the Fever stand 6th in the points table at a 21-18 record. The Seattle Storm are on their heels, but Whiteside is 3-0 against them, taking the tiebreaker. Coming up next are the Golden State Valkyries, who are also vying for their postseason in their first time out in the league, but the Fever have 2 games on them. Arguably, the worst of their end of season is over. They have Chicago, whom they have spanked 4 times, with and without Caitlin Clark. Then there are the Washington Mystics, who are out of the playoff race. Despite a 1-2 record against the young side, current form favors the Fever. The couple of games that could be dicier are the Phoenix Mercury and the Minnesota Lynx. However, they can afford a loss or two, and the team's longest losing streak this season stands at 3. Even if they match that, the Fever will finish with a 23-21 record. ESPN projects this win total, and they're still locked in for the playoffs. With Clark making some progress, the season might even turn out to be an improvement on 2024.